Hi everybody, welcome back. So I guess it was maybe a couple weeks ago now, I did a video on eating disorders and cognitive distortions. And someone pointed out that that was for a very specific type of person. And that's correct. That video was for people who are dealing with anorexia and restrictive types of eating. But as that person, you know who you are, so awesomely pointed out, is that there are a lot of people struggling with binge eating and bulimia nervosa. And so you also experience thought distortions. They're just different. And so today I wanted to talk more about that for people that are struggling with overeating. So a common thought that I hear people who have overeating or bulimia, a common thought that they struggle with is, I can't deal with this stress. I can't deal with this emotional upset. I'm not going to be okay. And so what happens is people will overeat or binge eat as a way to stuff and numb and avoid some really upsetting emotions, stress, depression, anxiety. And here's the thing, guys. Eating feels good. It feels good to eat food. That's the problem, right? There is an emotional release sometimes when we eat food. That's why sometimes people really enjoy eating foods, and that's why some people really struggle to stop eating something. It's not easy to just not eat a piece of cake. It takes a whole lot of self-control, but your disorder is telling you, nope, you can't do it. You're not strong enough. You're not good enough. You can't handle these feelings. So why don't you just go ahead and eat right now to help yourself deal with these feelings? So here's what I want you to do. If that's something that you find yourself thinking, I can't do this, you can. You have lots of self-control. That distorted thought, right, is telling you that you can't. So let's look at all the ways that you can. Write it down, because if you write it down, you can see it. Otherwise, it gets stuck and it gets twisted and it gets messed up in your mind. So when it's on paper, you've got evidence of I can. And write down on there all the things that you can have control over. You can have self-control over. Getting up out of bed when your alarm goes off, that takes self-control. Getting into the shower, getting ready and out the door before you have to go to work for the day, that's self-control. Being able to do your job well, that takes self-control. Being able to maintain relationships, that takes self-control. Listen, you don't have to be perfect at these things. That's not what this is about. This is just starting that list of evidence of ways that you can control yourself. Then, if you have those thoughts of, I can't handle these emotions, I have to eat to numb these emotions, I have to eat to control these emotions, I want you to write down all the times in the last couple of weeks, because I want it to be more sort of recent evidence. Write down all the times that you controlled your emotions. And here's the thing, one of my favorite, it's a Bible verse, and don't tell me where it's at exactly, it's in Psalms, but it says, crying lasts for a night, but joy comes in the morning. That's the thing about emotions. They come in waves. They come and then they go, and they get really intense, and then they go away. So if you had a moment where you were really tearful or really angry, you were really stressed out, you were able to ride that wave and get to the end of it, and you are no longer feeling that intense emotional upset. If you are, that's maybe when you need to think about getting yourself some counseling, some help. And if you really are struggling with binge eating and bulimia, you really should think about getting yourself some help, because just writing this list of things isn't going to, cure or treat that eating disorder. But hopefully this will give you some way to start being in control of your thinking, start managing your thoughts so that you can feel more in control. And you have a list of evidence to say, hey, I don't need to eat that piece of cake right now because I can be in control. And here's a list of evidence of that. Look at all these ways I'm in control. And I can control and manage my emotions. I made a list of that too. So clearly, I can control myself and I can control my emotions, so I don't need to eat this piece of cake or whatever food you're wanting to binge on right now. Feel free to share this video if you found it helpful, or comment. I want to know, like, is there a question about some of this? Because these are short videos, y'all. These are very complex issues that can't be addressed in a 5, 6, 7 minute video. So ask questions, comment, so that I can help address these other issues. So share it, like it, subscribe to this channel. New stuff is posted all the time. You can check out my website. You're going to see it right here. I've got blogs and lots of information that's free to you. So check it out. Maybe you'll find some of that helpful. Always feel free to contact me. I love to answer any questions or address any issues that come up. So take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.